Hello, I'm DeDe, and in this 30-minute restful and relaxing yoga session, we'll do poses which include gentle stretches for the back, the shoulders, and the hips. This type of restorative practice not only provides this gentle stretching for these key areas, but it also helps us mitigate stress and tension. Doesn't that sound good? This practice can be performed on a bed or on the floor. And here's what you'll need. If you're on a hard floor like I am, you're not on a bed, you're not on a carpet, you might want a yoga mat. You'll also need 2 large cushions. I have these 2 from my couch. You might want to grab 2 as well. They have to be fairly large and fairly firm. So in lieu of those, you can also use 2 folded blankets or 2 large or even 3 large folded towels. You'll also need a regular bath-sized towel and a small hand-sized towel. Also, some water for hydration is good. Now, if your feet are cold, you can take off your shoes but leave your socks on. Make sure you have plenty of space around you and make sure that you have a quiet, restful space in which to do this 30 minutes. All right, and then we'll come down. Come down any way that works for you. And then we're starting with a seated, supported forward bend. So you'll start with one of your cushions or yoga bolsters or folded blankets or towels underneath your legs like this. Now you want to feel that your knees are easily bent and that you can lean forward a bit. And if that means that you're sitting up on the edge of your folded towel that's behind you, then that's fine. Use the folded towel behind you if that helps you to come forward. And then we'll come forward onto our second cushion or yoga bolster or folded blanket or towel. So I'm just going to call these cushions from this point forward, but you'll know what I'm talking about. You can also turn your cushion this way, as well as what I just demonstrated, which was this way. And then you'll keep building things. For example, you'll have your fists stacked and you'll rest your forehead that way on top of a folded towel, or you'll put the folded towel on top of your fists. Here's our objective for this. We want to lean forward in a way that's fully supported. So that means your head and neck are supported, as well as your back. So you may be able to stretch way out like this. Typically, people find higher up is a little more comfortable. So you find your perfect seated, supported forward fold. And then we'll start doing our deep breathing. In through the nose, as well as out through the nose. Relaxing the back muscles. Relaxing the shoulders. Begin to clear your mind. Turn the volume down in your head.
If your mind is still busy, try to take deeper and slightly slower breaths. See if you can allow your upper body to be heavier and more relaxed. All right, and then we'll take a deep breath in and we'll press ourselves up with the arms and we'll keep breathing. Now at first, we just want to bring ears over shoulders and shoulders over hips. And take a few breaths here in your upright position. So hopefully now you're feeling a little more relaxed just from that first restorative position that we were in. If you're sitting on your folded towel, you can take that out from under your hips now. You can set your other towel off to the side. And now we have to get into our supported reclining back bend. So for this one, you'll position your cushion behind you. Pull it right up against your hips, at least at first. And then consider that you may need your folded towel behind you as a pillow. And then using the arms, coming down onto the elbows, then all the way down. So we are reclining. Now your pillow needs to be only under your head and neck, not under your shoulders. And if you'd like to turn your folded towel under, you can have a little neck roll to support your neck. And then we'll start with the arms down to the sides and the palms up. Now a couple of adjustments that you might need to make. The neck roll in your pillow, we talked about that. You may also need to scoot your tailbone forward in the direction of your feet a little further. And that's if you have any discomfort in your low back. We don't want any discomfort. And one more adjustment that you might be happy to make for yourself is taking your smaller towel, folding it, and putting it over your eyes. Because if it's light in the room where you're practicing right now, that will block out the light. But it also sends a deeper relaxation message to our nervous system. It tells our nervous system it's okay to go ahead and relax even more. And that's what we want. Slide your shoulders down away from your ears, whether you're covering your eyes or not. Separate your feet, separate your legs. Let your toes roll out to the sides. Relax. Start to notice that there can be a pause in between your inhale and your exhale. So if that feels comfortable for you, then let there be a little pause. start to move our fingers and toes very gently. And if your eyes are covered, you can uncover them and put your eye covering off to the side. And then we'll turn over onto our side. So you'll need to bend your knees and turn, and then your hands press you up. So use your hands to push you up to a seated position. And just like we did after our first position, let's just sit for a moment with the ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. All right, and next is a spinal twist. We'll twist both to the left side as well as to the right side. So for this, we don't need our cushion behind us. Move that off to the side. Feel free to get a drink of your water anytime. So what we will need is maybe our eye covering folded up behind our head as a pillow. And then you may need your other towel rolled up to go between your knees. And I'll show you what that means in just a moment. So if you're going to use your eye covering as your pillow, put it behind you. And then we'll come down onto our elbows, and then we'll lie all the way back, positioning the pillow so it's just right for your neck and head. And then we need our cushion on this left side of us. So then we'll do this, taking the cushion right up next to us, putting the knees one on top of the other onto the cushion. Your feet can go on top. Now here's where you may want your rolled up towel between your knees. If you're feeling too much twist in your back or too much stretch in your top hip. So that's what I'll do. You might want to do it also. And then position your head in the center. And this is key. We want both arms down on the floor, both shoulders down on the floor, or on the bed if you're on a bed. You can take your arms down at about a 45-degree angle from your shoulders, or you can take them straight out. That is more stretch for your chest and shoulders. So you decide, down or straight out. Head in the center, you can close your eyes here, and then let's get very relaxed. Relaxing the back, relaxing the hips, letting the weight of the legs sink into the cushion. So remember, anytime you start to become uncomfortable, that's your cue to switch or shift your position slightly. Feel that your breath is moving through you in a consistently deep way. You're still honoring those pauses between inhales and exhales if that feels right for you. And allow your head to be very heavy along with your shoulders. If your eyes are closed, let them open. Wiggle your fingers and toes slightly. And then let's take away whatever's between the knees. Place one foot on the mat or on the bed, followed by the other foot. Come back to center with your hips and just stay here for a moment. Let your back recover from the twist. And then we're taking our cushion to the opposite side. Bring it right alongside you. And then let your knees drop the other way. Place your ankles and your feet up on the cushion as well. And make sure you have it positioned just right. And then we'll add that rolled up towel between your knees if you need it. And again, our head is in the center and our arms are either straight out from the shoulders or down, whichever's more comfortable for you. Now let's relax for a moment. Surrender the weight of your body to gravity. We'll start to move our fingers and toes and open the eyes. Now let's come back to center just as we did on the first side. So one foot comes down, remove the towel, the other foot comes down, and we recenter our hips. Now for this next position, we're going to elevate the legs. So you'll want to take your pillow out from under your head if you were using it. And by the way, if you have glaucoma, elevating your legs above your heart is not usually indicated. So just stay in the position that I'm in right now, if that's the case for you. Otherwise, you're going to lift up your hips and slide your cushion underneath your low back and your hips, just like this. And then you'll rest your hips and low back on the cushion. Try not to look at me too much beyond this point now, because you have some weight on your head. And then we'll elevate the legs up in a relaxed way. So if that means your knees are a little bit bent, that's fine. Find a weightless position for your legs. That means pull them a little closer to you or push them a little further away until they feel light. And then the same options as last time. Arms are straight out, or you can have your arms closer down to your sides. If you can straighten your legs out here, of course you'll do that. And we're going to stay for just a moment here in this elevated legs pose. You can also do this pose with your legs up the wall. But we can do it right here without having to move. So this serves the same purpose. Relax. All right, and then we'll take one foot down by bending the knee, followed by the other foot. And then we'll move the feet further forward. Here's why. We need to place our cushion underneath our legs once again. So push it down. Lower your hips down onto the surface of the mat or the bed, and then let your legs gently bend over your cushion. Adjust your shoulders and your head and neck position. If you'd like to bring your folded towel back underneath your head, you can do that, or you can forego that. And for the last few moments of our practice together, if you'd like to recover your eyes, you can do that as well. And then position your arms a distance away from your body that feels comfortable. Separate your legs and let your toes roll out to the sides. And then one more time. Let's relax and surrender the weight of the body to gravity. uncover your eyes if they're covered, and you can open your eyes. And then we'll move the fingers and toes, the wrists and the ankles. And then we'll bend our knees. And once again, we'll turn over onto our side. And then we'll press up with the arms. And then we'll come to a seated position. Now you might want to sit on your cushion if that feels suitable and more comfortable for you. And then slide to the edge of it. Sit with your legs folded comfortably. Let your hands rest on your legs, palms up or palms down. Bring your ears over your shoulders. And then take this last moment to thank yourself for doing this, for taking some time for you, for taking some time out of your busy schedule to relax and rest, because we can't manage to do that enough in our everyday lives. And then let your eyes open. You can press your palms together if you'd like. As usual, thank you for joining me. I hope you feel more calm and more relaxed now. And until next time, be well.